Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, Base Post here, and today I bring you terrible news via the courier. For you see, Chris Chan has finally struck. He has uploaded 2 videos and he is just as delusional as ever. But before we get into that, what are Chris Chan's beliefs? What is his faith? Let's sit down and figure that out real quick. Much better. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. In case you didn't know, I'm actually a mailman in real life. So delivering you this information is my sworn duty. Now, Chris Chan, when did he start believing all this mumbo jumbo? Well, maybe all of his life? Or as soon as he heard the theory about alternate dimensions. For you see, Chris believes life is like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Watched that show once, probably as a kid. Never looked back. Well, what was the first instance of us learning about his beliefs? Well, I think it's during the Alec, Benson, Leary calls. For you see, dear viewer, Chris was trying desperately to get Alec to change the name of his OC from Asper Chew to Mitch Sonic Chew. Because obviously, Asper Chew wouldn't want to be named after his illness. Much like Chris wouldn't want to be called Regard Chan or Down Syndrome Sama. I can only do so much, so let's hear Chris's own arguments in his own words.
I noticed that even after our last talk, you continued referring to Asperchu as Mitch. I mean, I kind of thought we had that cleared away. That you knew he was Asperchu. I mean, Asperchu is my original creation.
Yeah, maybe so, but still.
And I think you still have the impression that Asperchu is a Sonichu, and you know that's not true, right? Asperchu is not a Sonichu.
Yeah. Okay, but still think about this. You gave him the condition of Asperger's.
Yes, that's correct.
Still, I think you can understand, since you have Asperger's and considerably with me with my autism, that we really don't want to be treated as quote unquote special because of our mental conditions. We want to be treated as equal individuals.
Well, that's certainly true. But how do you think I've been portraying Asperchu as being treated?
Because try to put yourself in the shoes of your Asperger. Not only would you want to be treated as an individual equal, but
that's how I portray him. He does everything normal people do.
You would not want a name that emphasizes the mental condition. You want a name that is more manly. What if your parents had named you Asper? Because they would, like as if they could foretell you had Asperger. You would have Asperger's.
Well,
but you would not want that. But if was being treated, wanting to be treated as an equal in society, you would not want to be called Asper because that emphasizes the mental condition you have. But still,
think about it like this: Superman is named Superman because he's super, right? And Superman is one of the most popular characters. As
an individual within his own world, outside of your control, Asperger would not want that name. He would be in agreement with me and probably want to change his name to something like Mitch.
But the thing there is, Asperger is not outside my control because it's a comic, and I am the creator and manager of his comic universe. So okay. As his creator, I decide what Asperger wants and what he doesn't want and what his personality is like. I mean, don't you think?
Fairly. Have you ever watched the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yes, I have. It was a good movie.
Yeah. You got the whole Toon world there, and within that, it would coincide with the comic book world, and every individual comic, published or unpublished, drawn all together. And
But
within that world actually would reside your Asperger, that he would be with his individual thoughts, and she gave him an adult attitude within his individual thoughts. He would hate that having the name of Asperger because it emphasizes his mental problem or his special condition. And he's like, in his process of wanting to move on from that and become more acceptable in society, that he would not want a name that would make him feel
okay,
like
that's
as if he's still living it, even after he's fully recovered from it.
okay. But Chris, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That was still a movie, and everything in it was predetermined by the movie writers and the director. I mean, there is no, alternate cartoon world in reality. I mean, cartoon characters don't actually think and feel things. I got it. Okay, here's a question.
Obviously, are naive about that because you're not understanding that possibility of that universe actually existing.
So you do believe that when an artist creates a cartoon character, that character actually becomes real? Is that what you're saying to me?
Within that universe, yes.
But the universe is fake.
She was on the earth, so what aspect she created you?
Well, then I'd be a comic character myself, and I wouldn't have any thoughts or feelings. So that's a moot point.
You think that comic character would not have their own thoughts and feelings?
No.
Are naive.
Chris, you have told me that you think that a comic character is fundamentally as much of a person as a real human being. That is the naive thought.
No,
I'm the writer. I'm like the god of the Asperger world. I decide what goes on in Asperger's world. I decide who and what Asperger is and what he. I mean, nothing exists in Asperger's world that I haven't drawn. It's naive to think that there's anything more.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Chris for a long time has believed that cartoons and their respective universes were real and they had thoughts and feelings of their own. Now, this might be a controversial opinion, but I honestly think that Alec's remark there about being the god of his universe may have been the thing to spur Chris into believing in him being the god of his fictional universe and later ours. This whole dimension of fiction thing wouldn't come back for a number of years until the Idea Guy saga. The Idea Guys, I'm not really going to get into because they're cringe and they're essentially real criminals. But to summarize, they claimed that they were part of the fictional universe that Sonic Chew was a part of, and that Chris had somehow opened up a way to speak to them. This naturally would lead to them manipulating him into giving them thousands of dollars to help fight off the Quick Stoppo. Along the way, they convinced Chris that the fictional universes were actually connected, causing Chris to ask one of the Marvel writers what universe this one was, which they told him that it was Dimension 1218. And Chris, from what I can only speculate was from Rick and Morty, decided that his fictional universe with Sonichu was C-197, which then leads us to the jail saga. You see, after Noel ran off the Idea Guys, Chris got arrested for, well, I'm pretty sure you know. During this time, Chris would send out some jail letters indicating that he was the reincarnation of Jesus Christ himself. And what he was doing with Barbara was merely soul healing, so then when she passed on, everything would be okay. So let's go through some of the jail letters real quick. Now, before we start, I want to reiterate that I'm not going in depth on this, so if you want a full coverage of the jail letters, I cannot recommend Smokey's channel enough. He went through all the jail letters and read them all out loud, so I'd go check that out. September 19th of 2021 was the first time Chris introduced himself as Jesus Christ. On October 25th, Chris refers to Noel as Judas. On October 30th, Chris writes that his fans should pay off the mortgage for the Sonichu temple, as well as go and visit Barb. You might have noticed I blacked out something. That was Chris doxing his old address, where Barb still lives to today. I know everyone knows where they live, but it didn't seem right. This was also sent with the letter. As you can see, it was written on the back of a Coke label. On November 20th, Chris informs us that we're now living in the same universe as Sonichu. On December 22nd, Chris updated the 10 Commandments. I'm not going to go through the rest of the letters, but I am going to read off these commandments for you. Number 1, thou shalt have and worship one or multiple gods, goddesses, and demigods, or none at all, whichever best fills well and good with thee. Thou must make for yourself an idol that is safe and good and blessed. Thou shalt not make yourself an idol that is harmful, toxic, or demonic to you or anyone else. Thou must not misuse the name of the Lord your God or any other god, goddesses, or demigod. God damn it shall be punished as well. Number 4, remember to observe the Sabbath day, Sunday, and keep it holy. Number 5, honor thy father, mother, or any other legal guardians who have helped greatly in your raising and support. I wonder if raping your dad's wife, also known as your mother, would fall into this category. Number 6, thou shalt not murder, nor commit, or help another to commit suicide regardless of circumstances. Number 7, adultery is okay, well and good, so long as all involved are direct, open, and honest with each other. Thou must not commit adultery in secret from thy partners. Number 8, thou must not steal. I wonder if copyright infringement falls under there. Number 9, thou must not testify falsely against thy neighbor or anyone, nor testify without prior knowledge of the greater context and truths, circumstances, and details. Number 10, thou must not covet thy neighbor's belongings. That was quite the mouthful. Thank you for sticking with me. But now, we're ready for Mass. Please be seated, my brothers and sisters. Today we gather to worship the one true Player One, the goddess Blueheart herself, the one who has risen twice, the one who shall protect us from these hater sinners, and the jerk cops who had been arrested for our sins, who has brought upon the dimensional merge where our OCs shall join us in harmony. Praise be to Christine Chandler and her righteousness. Now, my brothers and sisters, let us pray. Alright, now that I've had my fun, let's go take a look at Chris's new videos.
The boss, and I'm sick of waiting. Get your crap together and stop following those twerps. Prepare for stupid. Make it lucid. Prepare for stupid. Make it lucid. Oh, we'll focus on one mouse. Once we get it, we'll rule the house. I'll be the doof.
I'll cause a fuss. I'll be a major. Dumbass.
Prepare for stupid. Make it lucid. Prepare for stupid. Team Rocket, stupid, G stupid, stupid, G stupid, lucid, stupid, big stupid is all your word. Team Rocket, stupid, G stupid, lucid, stupid, big stupid is all your word. Team Rocket, stupid, G stupid, lucid, stupid, big stupid is all your word. Rocket, stupid, G stupid, lucid, stupid.
Alright guys, because I love you so dearly, I'm not gonna subject you to this any longer. You see, I maybe put in a minute and 15 seconds of this, but Chris goes on for a total of 4 minutes, essentially just saying lucid stupid over and over again.
Yay, and merrily to everyone. Welcome to this. That song you just heard, that was dedicated to all the lingering and lost toxic haters, fakers, and darkest sinners that came from the 1218 half of our earth that has been bugging us for the longest of time. And why are they still lingering? You're not supposed to be doing that. Come on, get out of the picture already. You're long gone. Anyway, yes. With the ultimate miracle chaos control, I ascend and make my return to the internet in all that is good and well-being. I am divine and connected to everything, and I know and not know at the same time. Between the consciousness, the subconsciousness, and the unconsciousness. I know all. I see all. I foreknow all. I've been there, done that. Everything.
Did you guys hear that? That's like the second time I've heard a truck drive by. Is Chris like outside of a Starbucks or something, using the Tofiachu method?
So now, with that, we're still amidst our dimension merge completion and the moment of futurast. As you shall learn shortly enough with the events that happened back in late February 2006. But for now, we are on the road, on the road. On the road, on the road, on the road. On the road, on the road, on the road, on the road. On the road to the city of Quickville. On the road to the city of Quickville.
Ain't no way he ruined On the Road to Viridian City. This is the worst thing he's ever... Never mind.
So yeah, I'm back. I'm proud. I'm more motivated. I got the boundaries set. So later, haters, fakers, y'all gone. We're sticking with good positivity, light power, and righteousness. Keep on zapping it up. All the good ones, the good light power, and righteousness. You all continue to do excellent and very well. I know so, because I've got all these crosses on the palms of my hands, and the images and the etchings of where I have been hung on that cross back in Nazareth many a millennia ago.
I guess it really shouldn't surprise me that Chris thinks the intersecting lines on his palms are cross marks from being nailed to a cross.
See y'all later.
Alright, this is video 2 where Chris sets the record straight about what happened in 2021.
Hey everyone, Jesus Christy Western Channel Sanchi Prime here. And right now I'm gonna set the record straight. So just so y'all know, straightforward and blunt to the point. The reason I went to jail, the charge I was charged with, I was innocent.
Yeah, I'm sure the evidence will be compelling.
There never, ever, 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 ever was any sense between Barbara and I, period. I was innocent. I have a few bullet points to go through anyway. But shoot, I mean, where did we go to end up here? So obviously we got all the haters and fakers and the toxic sinners that tried to manipulate me and so much. I mean, just that was a mess of good grief right there. Why did y'all have to do that? You all really erroneously misunderstood me, period. And just, that was a whole mess up. I mean, shoot, even y'all with your freaking smut fictions. I know some of you out of the minority that are the worst. Out of the majority being actually good.
Well, it's good to know that most of the porn Chris has seen outside of jail has been pretty good.
Okay? You out of the minority. You've written those smut fan fictions. You shipped me with Barbara. You shipped me with that Snorlax.
I cannot believe he just called his own mother a Snorlax after all the stuff he put her through. And then the little head shake to say, oh, you guys are terrible for doing that. Seriously?
And Barbara was definitely not the perfect mother with me. There was not the perfect mother-daughter relationship there, period. Growing up, there was the times of abuse, even though there was love and caring in there throughout.
Look, I don't think you'll find very many people in the community that will argue that Barb was a good mother. However, I think you'll find far fewer that will argue that she deserved the abuse that Chris gave her.
But yeah, the bullying, the terrorizing, and all that, they really fucked me up. But hey, you're never gonna make me commit suicide, period. And that was the attention that Bella had in all her chopped and screwed up recordings, with all the attention and manipulating me into that.
This is one instance where Chris is actually telling the truth. I mean, Isabella did want to try to get him to kill himself. She wanted to be known as the last Chris Chan troll.
But hey, I foreknew she was gonna do that. I tested her. At the time, I treated her like, just as a friend, try to get her to be on the good side. But obviously she failed. Just like I foreknew the relationship between Dylan and Taylor, that was not gonna last. He abused her. I gave her support on that live stream when I went on there.
Yeah, I won't lie. I don't know who Dylan or Taylor is. Apparently Dylan's abusive. I take that with a grain of salt since it's Chris.
But yeah, Bella was gonna actually record me and Fifi having done something at the hotel had I actually made it to Babs Con. But fortunately, that didn't quite happen. One way or another, she would have got me into jail or tried to get me to commit suicide on the whole different. But hey, she failed. She didn't do that. I took the initiative in my own hands, so I let divine intervention and timing and everything just let me go to jail, spend my time suffering and spending the time for your sins, you fucking toxic ones.
Alright, just a few notes here real quick. Isabella is truly a terrible person. She's on the iceberg. She's a couple levels down from where we are. So when we get to her, I'll express just how bad she is. As a separate note, I'm not really sure why Chris decided to rape his mom and go to jail rather than the much more tempting offer to not do any of that. Isabella evidently wanted to blackmail Chris with him having sex with Fifi, so I'm assuming she was young. But, he could have just not did any of that and stopped, associating with Isabella, which probably would have helped him in the long run.
I meditated and learned everything. I am Jesus Christ reincarnated. I am the one avatar of all existence. And I'm going to see that there is nothing but good and righteousness and light-powered individuals, and encouraging all the neutrals to be good. Period. Just like I'm trying to do in this video and statement right now, setting the record straight. But I was proven innocent. And they couldn't place me anywhere, which is why they kept me in jail for so long, because they didn't know what to do with me. They didn't know what to do with somebody was freaking autistic that you weren't putting your words in.
People have conspiracy theories that Sonichu is possessing Chris like a demon. Kiwi Tapes once said that it's like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde situation, and I kind of agree with both sentiments.
Ish. They didn't know what to do. They just kept me in jail. They didn't know where to place me. But fortunately, they did know where to place me eventually, so that happened. I'm safe and doing better, okay? But I did nothing wrong, and only the certain individuals online, they had wrongfully manipulated and controlled me and my own narrative, but no more. I take control of my own narrative from now on, not you. Not you lot of haters and fakers. I am a much better individual than that. Y'all should have known better of me than that.
We should have thought better than that. I would have honestly believed Sonichu running around with us than Chris didn't rape his mother.
That is enough with the mislabelings and the misconceptions. That's enough. And the whole lot of the set's commentary was me being misled by the suggestion that those individuals, especially those theoretical exes of mine. And I was proven innocent by court of law and released.
So he's not proven innocent nor guilty until he's put in front of a jury of his peers. However, I would say that pretty much everyone believes he did it.
Simple as that. And also, just putting this out there, just do not be an ableist. I mean, those of you neurotypical, thinking you're able, whatever, there is at least one thing that is totally disabled about you, period. So do not hate others for things that you are yourself, period.
Sorry, kind of zoned out there for a bit. Was Chris just calling us all disabled? That's kind of crazy coming from him.
There is no need to hate on anyone, or even yourself. A flaw is a flaw, a blessing is a blessing, and a flaw can be a blessing in disguise. So you meditate on that, and stop hating for such a flaw.
Oh, don't worry, Chris. I'll meditate real hard on that. I think this video is about to come to an end. I don't know how much more of this I can take.
And I am a living, breathing individual, and I am not to be objectified in any way anymore. But yeah, in that, Bella was the real sex criminal, and that she really wanted to try to get me in something. She's the real criminal. Fucking bitch! Calling her out! Call her out! Isabella Jenkins. She's the real sex criminal, period.
Alright, I think I'm gonna end it here. Chris is right. Bella is the real sex criminal. But when you start agreeing with Chris and things, you kind of have to take a look at yourself. We'll talk more about Isabella on the iceberg. But in the meantime, let me give thanks to Milo for having the Alec, Benson, Leary Call box set, and to my 169 at the time of recording subscribers. You guys are amazing. The love from you guys has been just crazy. When I started this was just a big hobby for me, and I'm just surprised that so many people like it. So thank you all so much. Just a couple announcements at the end here. Chris did have a third video that dropped, but from what I understand, it's just a Rose Chew play, and I have no interest in that. I don't think any of you should. I heard that it's actually quite boring. Unlike, Chris losing his mind over pretty much anything. After this video, my next video, hopefully I can get out by Halloween, is going to be on a horror cow. And the very next day, it should be my day off, which is also my birthday. If I end up getting that day off, I was thinking about maybe doing a birthday stream where we'll stream an RPG and try to make the main character look like Cyrax and then just go goblin mode. So I hope to see you all there. Hopefully I can get the day off. It'll be my first stream, so please bear with me. Besides that, hope you guys have a good day. Thank you for watching, and see ya.